Hey, what's up, everybody? Today is another day of free agency. News for the Cowboys has settled down here, but we do have a couple of items to discuss, a couple of interesting scenarios as well. All right, so of course, it's free agency. This is serious. That means, of course, we're in full cap mode procedures, okay? All right, so let's talk about a couple of things here, okay? So the Cowboys, I'm being told, are not going to pursue J.J. Wilcox. They're not even going to re-sign him. He's out of the picture. His locker's been cleared out. Same thing for Gavin Escobar. He will not be re-signed. They're not even going to pursue him. Those two guys are free to go wherever they want to go. Cowboys are not going to offer them a contract. Okay, so the other deal here, Cowboys have signed Terrance Williams to a 4-year deal, $17 million. This is a bit of a shocker to me, but I think this is kind of in the range here. This is about $4 million per year. But 4 more years of Terrance Williams. I think the Cowboys still need to look at wide receiver, but this is going to put that need on the back burner probably. Okay, so you got Dez coming back, obviously, Williams, Beasley. So the wide receiver core is in place. We have the same receivers. Butler's back for another year, but I mean, you still might need to get a receiver because Butler will be gone after that year. You know, so we'll see what they do there with that. But that's the breaking news. Terrence Williams has been found, and he's remaining in Dallas. All right. So let me know what you guys think about that. All right. The other source of possible cap relief could come from Tyrone Crawford. All right. So they could gain some money from here and absorb this money. If Romo's released, they'll be able to take that hit. All right. So we need to keep an eye on that situation there. We've talked about this before. I have a video. I'll put a link in here discussing that possibility about Tyrone Crawford possibly getting released. He hasn't done anything for the team. Left end. Doesn't do anything. Tackle, is he better than Thornton? Is he at the same level? I mean, he's just getting paid too much. We saw Terrell McClain sign a deal where he's getting about $7 million a year. He was more productive than Crawford, and Crawford is getting almost $9 million. Highway robbery, okay? So something's got to be done there. Either that or they're going to eat that Crawford contract, okay? The other thing that we're going to talk about here is something they talked about on NFL Network. This is a very interesting scenario, okay? The two teams that are being discussed with Romo that have been linked to him are the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. Obviously, both have interest, but both are being reported not wanting to give up any draft picks for Romo. So on NFL Network, they brought up a third team here that could swoop in and ruin the Texans' day, okay? The Jacksonville Jaguars, okay? This is the dark horse team that has emerged. Of course, this is more conjecture. There's no indication that any deals will be made, but it's possible that Coughlin doesn't believe in Blake Bortles. He turns the ball over too much. They have a young team in place. They've built up the defense. They have good receivers on the outside. They might be able to. They could end up taking a running back there high. Leonard Fournette would bolster the Jaguars' offense. So all of a sudden, the Jaguars, they would be a contender. Tom Coughlin, you know, obviously he's in control of player personnel. He's familiar with Romo. They could go in here. They're in the same division as the Texans. So the Texans, they need to watch out here. Coughlin might swoop in and do a trade here. You know, Cowboys at this point, they'll take a pick. I'm pretty sure they want to get that 5th round pick. You know, a lot of fans think we can get a lot more than that. But the way it's looking now, I'm not so sure. So, but, you know, if you're able to get a 5th round pick from the Jaguars, that's essentially a 4th round pick because it's so up there. It's so low of a pick. So Of course, this is all conjecture, but it does make some of the possibilities interesting, considering that the Texans and the Jaguars are in the same division. This is a classic case of Texas Hold'em. The Texans and the Cowboys. Who's going to blink first, okay? The Texans don't have a quarterback right now. They're going to roll the dice if they don't get a quarterback in the draft, or they're going to roll the dice with Tom Savage. All right, so they were a quarterback away from getting to the Super Bowl. NFC Championship game. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it with Savage or Osweiler. So they need to think about this and make a move, okay? But that's where it's at. That's the latest news here. We'll see what happens here. A lot of the premier guys are coming off the board here for free agency. The second and third week, this is where the Cowboys typically make small moves, okay? So obviously a lot of their own guys, they haven't signed them, and but this is usually where if they were to add people, they might pick up some mid-level, low-level tiered guys. So we'll see what they do. We'll got to see what we're going to do at cornerback. This is becoming a bit of a concern, okay? So if the season were to start today, the defensive line is pretty much intact. They would be almost essentially the same players as last season, but the secondary would be paper thin. That would be paper thin. So you have to wonder if cornerback is going to be high on the draft needs. All right, and there's some blue chippers in this draft, so I'm ready. I'm ready to get this thing going. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Okay, what do you think is going to happen here with Romo? You know, what's the delay here? Do you think the Jaguars, Coughlin, they could be the dark horse team and come in here and make a trade for Romo and ruin the Texans' day? Or do you think ultimately, maybe Monday or somewhere, Romo will be finally released and everybody can move on from this, okay? So for me, I want closure on the subject. You know, Rappaport from NFL Network was suggesting that this could last to the draft. I'd rather it not, all right? I'd rather have some kind of resolution and know what we're going to have with the cap, you know. But they do have that luxury. You know, the Cowboys do have that luxury of waiting until the draft to make a move if need be. So we'll see where this thing goes, everybody. But let me know what you guys think, okay? So let me know on the Romo situation. What do you think about Crawford possibly being released? Do you want to keep him? Do you want to release him and get some you know, cap help so we can draft? I mean, so we can add somebody else here, a mid-tier guy, or what? All right. So what's coming up next? So tomorrow, I'm gonna release a comprehensive draft video. It's gonna be packed with crucial information. Okay. Like I said before in the draft primer I did here a couple of weeks ago, we're going on this journey together. We're getting familiar with a lot of these players, and this next video is going to be packed with awesome news and information that you won't get from other places. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I'll release that sometime tomorrow. All right, guys. So I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to the video, and we'll see you for the next one. All right, so I'm actually back. This is breaking news. It just came out. The Cowboys have agreed to terms with defensive tackle Stephen Paea. This name has been linked to the Cowboys here in other seasons where free agency and he was available. He played for Rod Marinelli, defensive tackle. So it looks like they're going to shore up that one tech position with Stephen Paea. All right, so there you go. You got Cedric Thornton, Paea working in there in the one tech position. So again, we're going to talk about Crawford. Are they going to keep him there, rotate him in, keep him at left end, or what? Okay. So all right. So that's it, guys. Last minute breaking news. I snuck it in here. What do you guys think about this edition? Okay, small time contract. That's what that's what the Cowboys are doing right now. All right. So we'll see you back for the next video. Thanks, guys.